Hello everybody, welcome to 21st Century IAS Academy Delhi campus C.A.R.E initiative. Let us look into the first article for the day. Stubble trouble, decoding the smog blanket over Delhi. This is a phenomenon which we observe in winter seasons in the North India. Okay, now why is this called a trouble? Because of stubble burning. Now what is stubble burning? It is a method of removing paddy crop residues from the field to sow wheat from the last week of September to November. Okay, it will generally coincide with the withdrawal of southwest monsoon. Okay, and stubble burning involves setting up a fire on the straw stubble. So all the pollutants and all are causing this particular issue. Now what is smog? It is smoke plus fog. These are all important terms for prelims, so I am explaining you the basics. Okay, smoke plus fog. Okay, and this is of two types. One is the sulfurous smog and second is the photochemical smog. Sulfurous smog is also called as what? London smog. Okay, and photochemical smog is also known as Los Angeles smog. Alright, and this type of smog is generally associated with sulfur bearing fossil fuels. Okay, and this particular smog is aggravated by dampness and high concentration of suspended particle matters in the air. That is about sulfurous smog. Okay, now coming to photochemical smog, it is also called as summer smog. Alright, and here the primary pollutants are nitrogen oxides. So these are some basics that you have to keep in mind so that it will be easy for you to eliminate options. Alright, yeah. Now coming to the MCQ. Consider the following statements. Stubble burning results in loss of soil fertility. Yes, because the residue is being burned, right? And the nutrients of the soil will be lost to an extent. So, yeah, soil fertility is gone. Stubble burning increases soil erosion. Yes, because you're burning whatever is there and the soil will loosen up. And if there is water flow, then the soil will be eroded. So, this is also correct. Carbon monoxide constitutes the highest percentage of gases released during the stubble burning. This is wrong because burning the stubble, 70% of the carbon inside the stubble will get converted to CO2. Okay, and 7% will get converted to carbon monoxide and then 6.6% to methane. Alright, and 20% of the nitrogen in the stubble is converted to, with respect to nitrogen, it is converted to this, the oxides of nitrogen, and 2.1% is converted to this one, N2O, that is nitrous oxide. Okay, so this is some data and this is wrong statement. Okay, so 1 and 2 are wrong. So, I mean 1 and 2 are correct, third is the wrong statement. So, only 2 statements are correct. Now, consider the following. Carbon monoxide, methane, ozone, sulfur dioxide. Which of the above are released into the atmosphere due to the burning of crop or biomass residue? Okay, carbon monoxide, yes, we know. So, option B is gone because 1 is not there. Methane, yes. So, C is gone. Now, ozone, if you're confused, you put it aside. Come to sulfur dioxide. Sulfur dioxide, yes. So, when 4 is correct, A is gone. So, D is the right answer. Okay, even if you don't know whether ozone is there or not, if you know the other 3, you can mark the answer, right? Yeah. Next, tremors reveal gaps in emergency alert system. Now, what is the context? Context is, see, in October and November, multiple earthquakes hit Nepal and tremors were felt in Delhi. However, the alert system, the earthquake alert system did not tell the citizens that earthquake is there. Okay. So, that is the context of this one. Why didn't it say? Because it failed to detect, the alert system failed to detect the earthquake. Alright. Yeah, now we'll get into the MCQ. Consider the following statements. How many of the given statements these are correct? Okay. Cell broadcast messages are location based and cannot be received by in-roamers. See, first of all, some basics about cell broadcast. It is an initiative by National Disaster Management Authority. Okay, it aims to bolster the emergency communication during the disaster and it will prioritize the safety and well-being of the citizens. Okay, now what is NDMA, National Disaster Management Authority? And it was set up under National Disaster Management Act of 2005. And who is the chairperson? PM is the chairperson. Okay, these are some basics. All right. Cell broadcast messages are location based and cannot be received by in-roamers. Then what is the use? Who are in-roamers? People who actually roam here and there without a fixed route. Okay, so this is wrong. All right. Cell broadcast messages are unidirectional. Yes. Cell broadcast messages are fast and allows text or binary messages. Yes, they're fast. Only then they can reach the users or the citizens easily, right? Yes. Usually the broadcast messages are unidirectional. So this and this are correct. So two statements are correct, right? Now, when the alarm of your smartphone rings in the morning, you wake up and you tap it to stop the alarm, which causes your geyser to be switched on automatically. The smart mirror in your bathroom shows the day's weather and also indicates the level of water in your overhead tank. After you take some groceries from your refrigerator for making breakfast, it recognizes the shortage of stock in it and places an order for the supply of fresh grocery items. When you step out of your house and lock the door, all the lights, fans, geysers and AC machines get switched off automatically. On your way to the office, your car warns you about traffic congestion ahead and suggests an alternative route. And if you are late for a meeting, it sends a message to your office accordingly. In the context of emerging communication technologies, which one of the following terms best applies to the above scenario? See, this is like a passage, right, in the CSAT paper, but this is a GS question, okay? And it is related to what? It is Internet of Things, okay? So this is A, this is B, C and D. It is Internet of Things, okay? It is not broader gateway protocol. No, it is Internet of Things. Now, what is Internet of Things? See, Internet, this passage already described it, but anyways, I'll also tell you. Internet of Things is an integrated system in which devices are connected in a network of information in such a way that they can communicate with each other without human interfering. Okay, so that is called Internet of Things, and this is a classic example. Okay, yeah. US approves first vaccine against chikungunya virus. Okay, now some basics about chikungunya virus. See, chikungunya, as the name suggests, is a viral infection, but it is caused by mosquitoes. Okay, and which mosquitoes? Aedes aegypti and Aedes, repeat. Which mosquitoes? Aedes aegypti and Aedes albopictus. Okay, so these two are some basics for this particular virus. And what is the vaccine's name? It is Lipstick. Okay, so this is the vaccine. Please remember this, because it is the first vaccine against chikungunya virus that is approved by USA. Yeah. Now, yeah, MCQ. Lipstick recently in news is a vaccine developed to protect against which mosquito-borne disease? It's chikungunya. Alright. Now, P by Q. In the context of vaccines manufactured to prevent COVID-19 pandemic, consider the following statements. The Serum Institute of India produced COVID-19 vaccine named Covishield. Yes, but using mRNA platform, this is wrong. It is viral vector platform. It is not mRNA platform. Okay, so one is gone. If one is gone, you will actually get the answer. You don't need to read 2 and 3 also. However, we'll see. Sputnik 5 vaccine is manufactured using vector-based platform. Yes. Covaxin is an inactivated pathogen-based vaccine. Yes, it was developed by Bharat Biotech. Okay. So, B is the answer. NHAI accepts first insurance surety bond as bid security for NHAI TOT bid for monetization. Now, what is NHAI? National Highways Authority of India. Okay, now what is TOT? Toll Operate Transfer. This is one of the models. Okay, now there's another term, surety bond. Now, what is surety bond? These are some basics that you have to understand for your prelims. See, a surety bond is the simplest form of a return agreement to guarantee compliance, payment or performance of an act. Okay, that is a surety bond. It means you're giving surety. All right. Now, why are they going for surety bonds, or any person, why would he go for surety bond? Because it will protect the beneficiary against acts or events that impair the underlying obligations of the principal. Okay, it is guaranteeing you a kind of security. Okay, so that is surety bond. Okay, now we'll see the MCQ related to this. What is the primary advantage of insurance surety bonds over bank guarantees in infrastructure related projects? Now you have to understand this term, bank guarantees. Now what is bank guarantees? See, it is a mechanism that will help the business, okay, as creditors will get proper reassurance that the loan amount will be paid by this bank in case the business is unable to repay the loan entirely on time. Okay, so that is a kind of assurance that the bank is giving. Okay, so when a bank signs a bank guarantee, it promises to pay any amount according to the request made by the fellow. All right, so that is a bank guarantee. Now we have already seen what surety bonds are. Now insurance surety bond is one kind of it. One kind of what? One kind of surety bond. All right, now we'll see the options. Insurance surety bonds are more readily available from insurance companies. No. Insurance surety bonds have lower interest rates compared to bank guarantees. This is also not correct. Insurance surety bonds do not tie up significant capital that could be used for construction projects. This is correct. They are asking you the advantage of insurance surety bonds over bank guarantee. So this is one major advantage. Okay. Now see, insurance surety bonds are the instruments where insurance companies act as surety. Okay, and they provide the financial guarantee that the contractor will fulfill its obligation as per the agreed terms. All right. So C is the advantage, right? With reference to convertible bonds, consider the following statements. Now, what are convertible bonds? See, convertible bonds are a hybrid security bonds that have the features of both debt and equity. Okay. Now, what is debt? See, a debt is a sum of money that is borrowed from a certain period for a certain period of time and is to be returned along with interest. Okay. And what is equity? See, equity, the total amount of money that a shareholder is eligible to receive if all of the company's debts are paid off and its assets are liquidated. That is equity. All right. So, a bond which has both the features is called a convertible bond. All right. Yeah. If there is an option to exchange the bond for equity, the convertible bond pays a lower interest rate. Yes, this is correct. The option to convert to equity affords the bondholder a degree of indexation to rising consumer prices. Yes, so both are correct, right? Union Commerce and Industry Minister Shri Piyush Goyal to visit San Francisco from 13th to 16th November 2023 to attend leaders and ministerial engagements of Indo-Pacific Economic Framework and Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation. Now, what is this APEC? Some basics for prelims. It was formed in the year 1989 in Singapore, and India is not a member. It has only observer status. This is very important. And what are the countries? It has 21 countries as of now. What are these countries? Asian -3. You will get 7 countries. Now, what are the countries that you should exclude here? It is Myanmar, Laos, Cambodia. All the countries in the Asian grouping except Myanmar, Laos and Cambodia. So, you will get 7 countries here, and 6 countries in the Asian continent apart from these are Russia, China, South Korea, Japan, Hong Kong, Taiwan. Okay, and 5 in the Northern and Southern American continents, Canada, USA, Mexico, Peru, Chile. Okay, and 3 Australia, New Zealand and Papua New Guinea. Okay, so there are total 21 countries. India is not a member, it's an observer, and it was formed in 1989 in Singapore. All right. Consider the following: Russia, Japan, South Korea, United States of America. How many of the countries listed above is are members of Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation? Okay. Now, we've already seen Russia is there, Japan is there, South Korea is there, United States of America, yes. So, all the above. Now, India is not a member of APEC. It has only observer status. Okay, right. Next, India-US reaffirm commitment to enhance collaboration in multilateral arena. 2+2 meet takes place in Delhi. Okay, some background about this 2+2 meeting. See, 2+2 meeting is a ministerial dialogue and it is being held every year since 2018. Okay, initially between Minister of External Affairs or Foreign Minister and Defence Minister of India with Secretary of State and Secretary of Defence of United Nations. Okay, so they will discuss about common issues of concern to improve and strengthen the relations between India and US relations, and it is now extended to India US is now extended to India, Japan, Australia, India, Japan, India, Australia, India, Russia, and India and United Kingdom. Okay, these are some basics. Now we'll get into the MCQ. Consider the following. Okay, with how many of the countries listed above, India holds 2+2 ministerial dialogue every year? Russia, yes. United Kingdom, yes. Australia, yes. France, no. We've already seen, right? So it is only 3. C. Recently, which one of the following countries did India sign the Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement? Now, what is this Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement? It is a form of free trade pact, okay? So, they negotiate on trade in services and investments, and India recently, this was the context, I mean, in 2022, it signed this agreement with United Arab Emirates, and India already has this Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement with South Korea and Japan. This also you remember. It will be easy for eliminating options. Okay. Now, Forex reserves surged by 4.672 billion to 590 billion US dollars, says RBI. Okay. Now, what are this foreign exchange reserves? Foreign exchange reserves, some basics for prelims perspective. These foreign exchange reserves are assets held on reserve by a central bank. In our country, it is RBI, okay? Held by the central bank in foreign currencies, which can include bonds, treasury bills, and other government securities. It needs to be noted that most foreign exchange reserves are held in US dollars. Okay, so India's forex reserve includes foreign currency assets. See, suppose this big circle is forex reserves, and inside that forex reserve, what do we have in India? Foreign currency assets, next gold reserves, next special drawing rights, and reserve position with the IMF. Okay. Now, what is this foreign currency asset? See, these are the assets that are valued based on a currency other than the country's own currency. Okay, and this constitutes the largest component of forex reserve. Alright, so this is some basic you have to remember about foreign currency assets. Now, what is this SDR? Special drawing rights. Special drawing rights is an international reserve asset. It was created by IMF in the year 1969. You should also remember that it is not a currency nor a claim on the IMF. It is a potential claim on freely usable currencies of IMF members. Okay, so major currency basket of the SDR will include what? US dollar, next euro, Japanese yen, Chinese yuan, and British pound. Okay, these are some basics you have to remember. Now let us come to the MCQ. Consider the following. Okay, foreign currency assets under foreign exchange reserves of RBI includes how many of the options listed above? Okay, investment in bonds issued by IIFC? No. Amounts lent under the C.A.R.E and Asian Clearing Union currency swap agreements? No, currency swap agreements will not come under this foreign currency assets. So, none of them. Okay, yeah. Which one of the following is not a function of Reserve Bank of India? Yes, it's a banker to the government. Keeping foreign exchange reserves? Yes. Issuing 1 rupee coin and note? No, this is not the function of RBI. It is the function of Ministry of Finance. Okay, so Ministry of Finance issues the 1 rupee note and coins with, they will bear the signature of Finance Secretary. Okay, so C is the answer. Alright, next article. Parties to CITES urged to take stringent steps in jaguar big cat conservation. So for prelims, this will be important. So we'll see some basics about CITES. Now, what is the full form of CITES? It is Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Fauna and Flora. Alright, it was signed in the year 1973 and it was also known as Washington Convention. Okay, and it is legally binding. This is very important. Legally binding. Okay, and it is its headquarters is in Geneva and it is UNEP administered body. Alright, body as in the convention is UNEP administered. Okay, and what is its function? It will regulate the international trade in endangered wildlife species. Okay, so this is about CITES. Now we'll get into the MCQ. Consider the following statements with regard to jaguars. They are the third largest feline in the world. Now, what is feline? See, anything that is relating to cat family or the species that are relating to cat family are called feline. Okay? Yeah. Yes, this is correct. They are found in 18 countries in the world, including India. No, India is not having jaguars. Okay? 50% of jaguars are in Brazil alone. Alright? And in India, you will not have jaguars. So, only one is correct. In which one of the following animals do distinct black stripes extend from the inner corners of the eyes to the mouth? So, if you've seen these 4 animals, at least pictures, you will know that it's cheetah. Okay, general observing skill. Alright, so in this particular question or article, we have seen the basics of CITES and some facts about jaguars. Alright, next. Ultra processed foods lead to $7 trillion in hidden health environment costs globally. So they're saying this article throws light about processed foods and what is happening to the health of people. Alright, next we'll get into the MCQ. The NOVA classification often seen in news is related to classification of celestial bodies and space phenomena. See, generally, if you're not aware about the happenings around you and you're not reading current affairs and you'll go to the exam, you will generally mark this as the correct answer. Why? Because supernova explosion is something everybody will be aware of. Okay, so you will mark this, but this is wrong. Okay, environmental conservation and wildlife protection. No, it is the categorization of edible substances based on food processing. So, NOVA classification is related to that. Okay, it is a framework for grouping edible substances based on the extent and purpose of food processing. Yeah, so group 1, group 2, group 3 and group 4. So, in the increasing order, it's like this. So, group 4 foods are highly processed foods. Yeah. Which one of the following union ministries is responsible for ensuring safe food to consumers by implementing the prevention of food adulteration program? So, basically, it is the function of Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. Alright? Yeah. Next article. Modest 2023 Antarctic ozone holes ranks 12th overall, but still sign of recovery. So, this ozone hole is a hot topic and you have to be aware of the conventions related to that. Alright, we'll get into the MCQ. Consider the following statements. The Kyoto Protocol excludes ozone depleting substances from its greenhouse gas emissions and reduction goals. Now we'll see some basics about Kyoto Protocol and Montreal Protocol. Okay. So some basics about Kyoto Protocol because it is a very, very important theme in prelims. Okay. So it was signed in the year 1997 and it came into effect in the year 2005, and it is legally binding for Annex 1 countries. Okay, and what is the purpose of this one? It wants the industrialized nations to reduce their greenhouse gas emissions by, see, for the first target was 5.2% by 2012, and the base year was 1990. And first commitment period was 2000, from 2008 to 2012, and second commitment period is from 2030 to 2020. Okay, so common but differentiated responsibilities and respective capabilities. That term is related to Kyoto Protocol. So what are Annex 1 countries which I mentioned here? Annex 1 countries are the developed nations and economies in transition. Alright, and you have to remember that US did not ratify this Kyoto Protocol, and Canada withdrew in 2012. Japan, Russia and New Zealand refused to join the second commitment period. So these are some basics that you have to be very, very thorough with respect to Kyoto Protocol. Now we'll see some basics about Montreal Protocol. Okay, Montreal Protocol was signed on 16th September 1987, and hence 16th September is celebrated International Day for Preservation of Ozone Layer. Okay, it came into force on 1st January 1989. It is legally binding and it is related to ozone depleting substances. India ratified it in the year 1992. This you have to remember. It's not 1989. India ratified it in the year 1992. And this is related to phasing out of chlorofluorocarbons, hydrochlorofluorocarbons and halogens. And this is considered to be the most successful international environmental agreement till date. And Kigali Agreement of 2016 is related to that because it included hydrofluorocarbons also into ozone depleting substances, and it recommended phasing out of this particular component also. Alright. Now we'll come to the MCQ. The Kyoto Protocol excludes ozone depleting substances from its greenhouse gas emissions reduction goals. Yes, because ozone depleting substances are dealt by a separate protocol, that is Montreal Protocol. Okay, it was established to phase out the substances that deplete ozone. Yes, both the statements are correct. Now, which one of the following is associated with the issue of control and phasing out of the use of ozone depleting substances? Bretton Woods Conference? No, it is Montreal Protocol. Yes. Okay. See, Nagoya, we saw what is Kyoto Protocol here. Now, what is Nagoya Protocol? It is one of the 3 objectives of the UNCBD, United Nations Convention on Biological Diversity. It is related to that. It is not related to this ozone depleting substances. Okay. So, B is the answer. This is it for today. All the best.